I think, yep, there we go. Yeah, no. I accidentally hit the mute button on my mic, ladies and gentlemen. I do forgive me for that. Anyway, alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and our broadcast partner Booyah, here with your hosts Blackjack and Baba Gusta, and of course our matchup in Eisen as the first game of the night, which is between East Samurai Elite versus Scammed 7, is going live on your screens on the map of Cafe Dostoevsky. We'll be joining the players in the middle of the band phase. That is right, it is day 2 of Division 2 in Season 5 of the Pro League, the final season, seeing us going into Cafe Dostoevsky for its fourth day in the division stages as we join our players in the ban phase of the map. Scammed 7, a new team comprised of various different players from different rosters, of course, and many whom we've seen grow and mature over the course of the Pro League and, of course, the original WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League, the original one, the first 5 months of this. So, it's going to be interesting to see how they work together as a roster. On the other side, E-Samurai Elite, as in the team that was in Division 1, the original E-Samurai Esports team, is here in Div 2. And they're going to have to try and make a good impression on this final season. Why I say that is because last season, oh boy, they did not do a good job of holding on to their Div 1 title. It seems as if between Super and Elite in their first outing as, two teams under the same org, E-Samurai Elite might have left a few things up to the imagination. Of course, in the middle of all this, we haven't really been talking about the bans, primarily because it's stuff that we expect when it comes to a Cafe Dostoevsky match. Nomad to take care of all of the runouts from Scam 7, while the Thatcher ban comes in from ESM Elite. No surprises right there, because as we all know, those EMPs are a menace for defenders to deal with. On the other side, we have a Mira ban coming out from ESM Elite. No surprises again, as Mira, of course, on Cafe, a very difficult operator to deal with, if you will. And of course, finally speaking, the Maestro ban, which is an interesting one. You don't get to see Maestro too much, but on Cafe, Maestro, I would say, is one of those operators you don't look at too much, but is always present from a defender's perspective. So having him off the board, those evil eyes no longer there, is going to be something really not too pleasant for the side of the defenders. Of course, we'll find out about that as we go into round 1. Third Floor Bar and Cocktail Lounge will be the side of choice, but before we do, let's have a look at both the rosters that are here in the lobby for us today. From the side... Oh, excuse me, I had to take a bit of a pause. From the side of ESM Elite, we've got Platoon Kid, Hamza, Danu, Mike, and Vinci. And from the side of Scam 7, as the game loads in nice and quickly, we're going to see who our players are today. And those are Skeefy, Hellboy, Nani, Mighty Ali, and No Skill. It's been a while since we've seen Mighty Ali as well in the Pro League. But hey, it's good to see him back, and it's going to be interesting to see how he plays with this roster that is entirely comprised of very different players from very different teams. Well, maybe not very different. It is the South Asian region after all. But jokes aside, these players working together in a roster, sign me up for casting these matches. I wasn't here yesterday, but I am now. But of course, I've kept the man for like long enough. Baba Gusta, how do you do on this Friday?
I'm doing wonderful, Jack. And talking about the match itself, I believe this is going to be very exciting and also one of the most heated matches that we're going to witness. Because as we recall, ESM Elite used to be on Div 1 in Season 4. Now, unfortunately, being demoted to Season 5, they just need to make sure that they would stay on top of their game. The same thing will be said to Scam 7, though. Although they could not win against Kira Esports on map Villa, it was unfortunate for them. They even gave them a good round conversion rate. I believe it was 7-2. But talking about the round itself for now, we'll be able to see Skeefy bringing in the F412 shotgun as the Jonauts from ESM Elite will come in, giving them a huge amount of information. And also Dano, who is holding an angle from the cigar window. Now he just needs to be careful and also needs to drone out that particular place, so that he needs to find out exactly where the Vamai's ADS, the Vamai's magnet needs, and also the Jaeger's ADSs, just to make sure that there won't be any problems. The concussive nade will come in, and so does the pre-fire from Danu. What a timing, but still won't be able to deal any damage as of now. It's just going to be Skeefy going to be dealt with some major damage and will force himself back in towards Cigar. An interesting, angle being placed here from Nani, being very close in towards the bomb site. Looks like they might be able to figure this situation out. Talking about three of the attackers, though, in towards Cigar Lounge and Mighty Ali, making sure that the flashbang would not affect him. He still has support from their teammates. Talking about the attackers, though, we don't see any roamers currently pushing in either from the white stairs. We only see angles being made from Skylight. But still, time's ticking for ESM Elite to make their play. And currently, they are currently stuck in a very weird situation.
Most certainly, ASM Elite a little bit skewed in their push right now. Time, it might just become their biggest obstacle if they don't watch for it. But what a shot right there from Mighty Ellie. He's gonna find Hamza. Steven finds Platoon Kid. Pistol goes out. That's almost found the attacker on top of Skylight. Not quite, but Mighty Ellie pushes out, and this is the man that we haven't seen for a while. Looks like he is still in form, ladies and gents. Nani goes down in the meanwhile. Vinci has taken care of one defender to drop, but is it a little too late? Skeefy should have watched the hatch right there, didn't. Gets taken down by the Hibana. Maybe a potential comeback as Vinci finds one more. No skill goes down, and now suddenly it's a 2 versus 2. A potential 2v5 clutch is on the boards, but no, a team kill. Mike swung and tried to find Ali, but he found his teammate instead, and it's all down to the man himself, and he'll be found by Mighty Ali as well. Though am I coming out to play for the side of Scammed 7, excuse me right there, as we will see in the instant replay. Unfortunate. It could have happened. That clutch was definitely on the cards, but a little bit more coordination from the side of Vinci and Mike might have saved them the round due to that team kill. That team kill only happened because Mike swung while Vinci was already trying to get the Wamai. Unfortunately, well, we all saw where that led to. Anyway, it was a good attempt. I will give them that. Those two definitely looked like, they were getting on top of things until that unfortunate incident happened. And with so little time remaining, Mike can only do so much, given that it's just the first round. And not a whole lot has been established from either side. The only thing that Scam 7 is looking at right now is the fact that Mighty Ellie is really looking like he wants to gun down his opponents as soon as possible. That's what he did in the last round. Bid his time, and as soon as he saw the opportunity, the opening in the attack of ESM Elite, he went for it. And boy, did he go big. Scam 7 will have to, utilize that to its fullest potential, along with the rest of their players, their holes, their defensive strategies, as we move on with this match. Round 2 now on First Floor Kitchen, and it's Cafe First Floor Kitchen, so you have the Castle and Prey from No Skill. You of course have the Wamai and the Jaeger, so it looks like there's gonna be a bit of a bakery hold. There's gonna be that rotate out from Cold Room into this White Stairs corridor. Hellboy is gonna be holding that from the lounge area. And you might see somebody on this Red Stairs Harry Potter, using the using the proximity alarm from Mighty Ali. He still has one more. Could probably throw that out somewhere close to sight to give them a little bit more info in case they need it. And you will always need info when it comes to this, but no, deciding to go to Baker at the worst possible time. He's gonna get taken down by none other than Hamza, who had 6 picked out into the Blackbeard in the pick phase itself. BB in play, holding Baker, and that's a huge drop for round 2.
That too, it is an early drop. Taking out Mighty Ali would give ESM Elite the push that they required, and huge amount of information will also give them the higher chances of winning, because they do know where exactly these defending locations are as of now. But the Blackbeard will slowly make his way in towards the prep room. He has to fall back because of that smoke gas canister, but an angle will be made right from outside with the help of the Hibana's X Kairos pellets to make sure that Hellboy wouldn't go for that smoke canister play yet again. Although Hellboy will still contest, and No Skill with the UMP gets one, Vinci gets the other, to go for that refrag, but it is the Blackbeard taken care of. But talking about that bank on advantage here, it is still in favor of ESM Elite, and they start to stumble down here with Platoon K taking out Hellboy. 2 players remains on the side of Scam 7. It's going to be Skeefy and Nani. Skeefy, who's slowly making his way with the proximity scanner will be able to go for that pre-fire and get one, but he's the only operator left as Vinci takes out Nanny. Post plant will come in, and with it, the push from the MP5 will happen as well. Vinci sees one, doesn't get the damage just yet, but that information will be high enough. Vinci doesn't actually get that shot as Skeefy gets one more, and the wall bang from Vinci will be able to take out Skeefy instead. ESM Elite will be the one to win their attack round in round 2 first floor kitchen. All they had to do was to just eliminate Mighty Ali, in which it was his mistake in the first place, not to, not being in that positioning in that in the first place, because you know at the prep phase you need to make sure that you have placed all of your utilities. You need to make sure that there is at least a rotation being made from small bakery. Leaving bakery uncontested is exactly what the attackers did. They went in for the control. You had the Blackbeard watching an angle, and all you had to do was just eliminate Mighty Ali, and whether they will succeed. As round 3, second floor reading room will be the site. The six pick will come in from both these teams as Kifi will decide to go back to the Melusi, and Vinci will bring in the sledge instead. Having a sledge, knowing that the site is on second floor reading room, is crucial because you need to have that soft breaching capabilities to make that vertical lines of sight in towards the freezer, cocktail lounge, or in towards bar. Those are like important places that Scam 7 needs to defend. So I believe there should be two players that would be Nanny and either Skeefy, with the help of his Banshee deterrent, to make sure that he'll be able to slow the attackers. Interesting enough, I see Hellboy decides to play the support ops this time, not playing as the Zofia or the Ash. Zofia, Ash, or the Jaeger in the previous round. He'll be able to give it in the hands of Nanny. Talking about ESM Elite though, a very great attempt, especially from Mike, who did make that vertical lines of sight, and also Vinci to make sure that he'll be able to get those two kills. Action phase will proceed, and with it, it is 1-1 here. Who will get the lead? Will it be ESM Elite on attack, or is it Scam 7 on defense?
Things will definitely be very interesting going forward from here, seeing as, of course, the equalizer in the early rounds is in. But then again, that statement in and of itself confirms what I'm about to say next. It's nearly been 2 rounds going into the third one, so there's plenty of room to work with for both sides. They're going to look to, confirm on their original the strategies that they came into this game with, but at the same time, they're going to try and adapt to what the opponent is playing with. As the drone works are going to come in, they're going to spot those deployable shields, one on a white corridor from the looks of things on third floor. Hamza's coming in. Of course, you already have Mike in there, the Habana, trying to go for a little bit of roam clear nice and quickly. It is, of course, second floor, but you have the Blackbeard in play, and Dhanu looks like he wants to, take care of things on the side of Cocktail. As that grenade from Vinci isn't going to explode, looks like an ADS has taken care of it nice and quickly. Mighty Ellie, the Goyo's Vulcan Shield, still in play. Such a powerful spot that he is holding right now, as the other attackers are slowly just trying to push up. And there you go, ADS burn happens again, but the shield, will be taken care of nice and quickly. Vinci pushes up. Can he see him? Yes, he does. The Goyo goes down. There's a bit of damage to the Zofia, not the best thing in the world, but they have control on that corridor, and more importantly, from the looks of it, top floor itself. Nanny's gonna go down in the meanwhile. That's on second floor. Shots are being fired from inside of Laundry as the fire comes in, but Hellboy's gonna find Platoon Kid. That's a huge drop. The Capita goes down, but Nanny will go down as well. The flame arrow works. C4 goes out. Not gonna find him, but Vinci very low on HP. That explosion did a number on him, as Hellboy has lost one of his bigger utility pieces in this chessboard. That is this round. No skill on white stairs, trying to make something work for himself. UMP in hand. Dhanu is going to be the one to face him from the looks of it. Blackbeard just above where the castle is. And then, of course, you have Hellboy and Skeefy yet to be dealt with. Vertical land side being made. Hamza takes a bit of damage right there. Sounded like it was from the UMP, but it's still not going to do a whole lot, as Mike's going to find Skeefy in the meanwhile. The Melusi is down 4v2 as advantage is being taken. ESM Elite slowly closing in. Hellboy holding a long angle right now, but no, the UMP finds one. That is Hamza off the board. That's his Zofia gone. Mike's gonna come in, try and go for the plan, but he's been spotted by Hellboy. Can he be taken down? Not quite. Plan still happening. Can it be denied? Yes, it is. Beautiful kill right there. Fincy comes in with his double. That's a 1v1. He has to plant. He doesn't have the time and nor the intel on where no skill was. The 1v1 goes the way of the castle as he went up to third floor at just the right time to deny the plant. More importantly, give his team a round. And that had to have been a great play right there, primarily because Hellboy pushed up, got the kill, allowing the castle to rotate nice and quickly. The time delay was what was really required right there from the side of the defense, and Scammed 7 made it work. You know, we began this match with a little bit of speculation on how this team would sort of work together as, many different members from many different rosters. But it seems like those practice sessions that they've been having ever since the end of season 4 actually have been working out. More importantly, some of these people are good friends as well who play together quite often. So that definitely comes into the equation quite a bit. Now we're going to be moving on to third floor bar and cocktail lounge from the looks of it. First floor kitchen will not configure into this defensive hold that the side of Scam 7 are going for. Interestingly enough, looks like that is the site that they don't want to emphasize on just yet. And ASM Elite, once again with the Blackbeard pick, will have to decide what kind of changes they need to make on their attack going forward from here. That last round, again, it came down all the way down to those last two. And boy, did they make it work.
Well, desperate times calls for desperate measures, and as we're talking about Scam 7 itself, he had to go for that flank to try to contest that vertical lines of sight so that the mute could go in to try to get that kill. And also, what the castle did in return is to use that vertical line of sight against the attackers and get that kill. That was an important one for Scam 7 to win that round, and also a very good, a change of pace, and also try to outsmart the opposition both at the same time. But with the action phase coming into play, I believe ESM Elite might have read Scam 7 thoughts. Maybe they're trying to understand at what time they would go aggressive, at what time they would go for the flanks. Talking about Zofia though, Hamza is trying to find out where exactly the Valkyrie camps are, because if you give information for the defenders, it is not going to go well. At all. Second flashbang will come in, which gets stuck from the ADS. Nani going for that run out, and he's going to get taken out from the Navy SEALs operator Blackbeard himself. Danu, the man who did eliminated Valk, who in fact went for a very aggressive run out right from the piano window. Not quite sure that was a good idea at all, because I believe most of the gunshots were used to try to take out that rifle shield. Looks like Blackbeard is considered to be one of the most dangerous operators, especially when you try to hold the angles of one specific spot. Another flashbangs will come in to try to take out the Vermeis magnets. But looks like they have forgot a bit of no skill, who is in towards pillars, but Platoon Kid started making his own plays here, taking out Skiffy. The Jaeger won't be available, so Mighty Ali has to do something around here. Talking about that peak, a beautiful headshot, taking out Platoon Kid. Mighty Ali goes down, then that means ESM Elite has one step closer to getting control in towards the site and also winning that round. But talking about Valcam though, they still have that information, but that information gets denied from Vinci. 2 kills, taking out both Mighty Ali and No Skill. And with that, Super Hellboy will be the last operator standing on the side of Scammed 7. The attackers who are making their push, the SMG-11 will come in, but cannot contest against the Blackbeard. And whether ESM Elite will make their play as well, winning round 4, third floor bar. As we take a look at it in the instant replay, we now proceed to the next round, round 5, where the scoreline is 2-2. And the next site for Team Scam 7 to be defending will be on first floor kitchen service and cooking.
If nothing else, I do like the fact that Scam 7 isn't really emphasizing on one site constantly. They are, changing things up, seeing that, all right, we lost this site, let's try something different and see if we can throw them off as soon as possible. They definitely have succeeded in that to a degree. That second floor reading room round definitely gave them that that advantage in this phase of the match. Unfortunately, then they lost on third floor bar, and it seems like ESM Elite are slowly reading into what Scam 7 is trying. And that's not gonna look too good for Scam 7, unless, of course, they come up with something that can help them counter the way ESM Elite is looking to play against them right now. We've got the castle in play once again with, of course, the Jaeger Wamai combo. You've got the smoke, you've got Skiffy on the Melusi. Man, he really likes to main Melusi, doesn't he? Not that I can blame him. Those Banshees are, as Baba says, quite the deterrent when it comes to attackers pushing into any region. And that's not even a joke. That is actually very true. It's utility being used up because it's bulletproof and it needs to be destroyed via soft breach utilities and whatnot. And of course, you have time being taken away, or if they decide to push, then attackers don't have the momentum, nor sometimes in some cases even the peaking power to go up against the higher speed defenders. No skill. Interesting spawn peak attempt right there, all the way up to his Christmas market. Can't exactly get anybody from there, so he'll just fall back to first floor. Just hang around coat check is where we usually see the castle play when it comes to first floor defense. There's nothing too particularly different from S7, but they might be thinking about changing things up towards the end of the round. Maybe something different comes out from them this time. Definitely Mighty Ellie not going down early will help them, primarily because he got taken down because he wanted to assume that position in Big Bakery. He was just a little bit late to get there, and the Blackbeard was already there to take him down. This time he's got support from Hellboy. He himself is not only alive, he's doing his job, taking the time away slowly but surely from ESM Elite, who, the last time they came on first floor, they had the advantage of taking early kills, very early kills, in fact. Mighty Ellie's got to be so careful right now, though. Danu, he's watching this for sure as the flashbang comes out. Another one. ADSs and magnets will be trying to get them, but not all of them. And now the push comes in. Hamza inside of Bakery. He's going to be found instead. Not enough cover from the Blackbeard as the shotgun comes out. It's not going to down anybody. Not yet. Hellboy's low. So is Dhanu as another shield gets broken. Mighty is doing a lot of work to support his teammate, but no! Tries to wide peek and goes down in the smoke. But Tunde takes that kill. And now Hellboy is going to have to defend this Big Bakery area. It's the peak coming in, but the shotgun comes out first to find Mike. Big drop. And now it's a 3 versus 4. 2 attackers down. Hellboy will just about manage to sprint his way back in. Can he get the reinforcement off, even if they have one? I don't think so, but no! He's gonna go out and peek. Gets one. Can he get the other? Peeks out, but no, the Blackbeard still has a shield. And Dhanu will make quick work of him. Now 2v3. All down to Dhanu the man. And of course, Vinci, who is just on the other side of this reinforced wall inside a small bakery. Just trying to get these defenders out of those very difficult to reach spots that they are just sitting inside of. And you can see Nani, he wants to make a play via the castle barricade, already breaks it from the sounds of it. He hasn't quite gotten anything out of that yet. Vinci low on HP now, thanks to those Jaeger bullets flying his way, and the Blackbeard's made his way inside a site. He's actually gonna go with the plan. Dhanu, is this advisable? I don't think so, but he might just be able to pull this off, as no skill's gonna find Vinci. Can he find the planter? Not quite. He doesn't know where the Blackbeard is. Dhanu gets a double, but can he get any more from here? He knows where the Melusi is, but no, Skiffy will win that gunfight. And what could have potentially been a huge chaotic moment for the side of Scam 7, or the SM Elite, goes the way of the defense, as we will see in the instant replay. Oh boy, both these teams not even giving me a moment to quieten down and pass it off to my casting partner here. Whew, what a round indeed, and this is the kind of match you expect when it comes to Div 2, ladies and gentlemen. We truly are in the Bloodbath division, as it is 3-2 in favor of Scam 7.
Well, this round keeps traveling like the speed of light. Although talking about light though, I mean, it just To be honest, the light is actually way much more faster than the round which is happening right now. But anyways, as we proceed to round 6, the last site for Scam 7 to be defending will be in third floor bar again. Knowing on the mistakes that Mighty Ali did in first floor kitchen in round 2, they just made sure that they would not do it again. But this time, their main goal here for Scam 7 is to put themselves in a 4-2. Make sure when in the second half they'll be the one in attack, they'll be able to get that opportunity as best as possible, making sure that making sure that you would have that good lead in the first half is the most viable option around it. Talking about the effortless shotgun here brought up from Skiffy, it's always been paired up with no skills castle's armor panel because she's very dangerous in close range combat. So technically, how would you force an attacker to be in a close range combat is making sure that you would force the force the attackers to not being able to open up one particular utilities that would include Sophia wasting some of her impact needs, and so does the Ash trying to use the breaching charge. We still need to be careful of the ADSs and also the Womi's magnet being placed right at the windows itself. So they just need to make sure they'll be able to throw a total of 2 or 3 flashbangs in which the Blackbeard has. He'll be able to deny it. But still, talking about the round itself, if you force Ella to be in a very if you try to force the attackers to be in a close range gunfight, there is higher chances that Scam 7 might be able to win this one out. Ash's breaching charge will be used to open up the castle armor panel. Would have been advised to try to melee it 11 times, but talking about time itself, they need to make sure that they'll be able to use their drone works to give them good information. Talking about intel operators, though, Scam 7 has Nanny bringing in the yokai drones, a total of 2. He'll be able to give vital information. He just needs to make sure that he'll be able to hide it. If he does not, then it will be a much more of a problem for Scam 7 to give vital information, knowing that the number of default cams has been destroyed time to time, and we still see a bulletproof cam being placed here from no skill. Mighty Ali still needs to be careful about going aggressive in numerous amount of rounds here. Skiffy detects the drone but doesn't get the shot just yet, which would still give information right from the cocktail lounge C1, C2, and C3. That's basically the 3 deaths that you're going to be able to see. Looks like Mighty Ali, oh boy, he almost survived that gunfight, but not in the hands of Skiffy, though Hamza will be able to eliminate Skiffy, and with it, the tension starts to brew around the side of Scam 7 because they've lost one more. Barbed wire being destroyed from no skill because he doesn't want to reveal his position, but he'll be able to get Sledge instead. And Super Hellboy getting his revenge, taking out Thanu. Puts it in a 3v4, 1 minute left for ESM to make their play. What's going to happen here?
Well, one of those things is going to be Hamza getting a double kill on the Mighty Ali. Big drop right there with the Wamai now taken care of at the 45-second mark. Hellboy, not a good position to be in, especially when there's 2 people shooting at you at any given point in time. Hamza now has a triple. He could make this round his own with an ace if he wants to go for it. If he feels so inclined, pushing up onto white corridor, no skill, just a little bit too late to pounce on the information coming his way. As Hamza, will he see the Echo? No, the Echo sees him first, and that's a big drop as well, taking out the man on the montage, on the rampage, excuse me. As Platoon Kid, well, he's safe as the Echo has now gone down at his own hand. Now it's all down to, well, it was down to no skill. Now it'll be down to nobody. As ESM Elite, off the back of the initial triple kill from their Zofia, will make this round their own and once again equalize. Going into round 7. This has been a very interesting first half, ladies and gentlemen, as there has not been any clear victor from both sides. Both of them are pretty much on equal footing right now, and that is best shown via the scoreboard. 3-3 is the scoreline on round 7. Here's where the real interesting bit comes out, though, and that is not only are we going to third floor bar to start things off, that's the standard cafe stuff that we've come to expect, but the real the real kicker right now is the fact that ESM are on defense and Scammed 7 are on the attack with a 6 pick from Danu out to the Valkyrie. He loves his Valk plays on third floor, and no skill bringing in the Blackbeard. Looks like there's a little bit of retaliation in play as well for ESM Elite, practically maining Blackbeard for the entire first half. And yeah, that might be something to turn the tide the way of the attack if Scammed 7, can execute their plans the way they so wish to. ESM Elite on the defense in the meanwhile, I don't think we're going to see anything too particularly different. We even have the Goyo coming out from them. This time Paktoon Kid playing, of course, the defender with the Vulcan shields. A little bit of a different position. This one's right next to the planks on White Stairs, or just above White Stairs, actually. And it's going to be watching that entry door from Piano. Standard stuff. The other one inside of Cold Room with a line of sight made to watch Piano as well. So the hold itself doesn't necessarily have to be from the pixel angle in Piano, right out there towards where the Wamai usually sits. Although it looks like there will be, as Hamza is just preparing the area for his occupation. And just for the time being, of course, it's not going to be here for too long, especially if the push gets a little bit too hot to handle from Scam 7 side. On the other hand, seems like No Skill's taking a ton of damage, could have been from a spawn peak right there. We didn't quite get to see that, but Skeefy goes down. Where was that C4? Could have been on the hatch, and definitely seems like it was, as the man has just done something big. Platoon Kid. Oh boy. Skeefy off the board. That's a sledge gone. The sledgehammer used for so many variable, versatile opportunities and situations off the board. Now, of course, your soft breach remains on the Zofia, and of course, whatever breach charges you're bringing in, as the hard breach has been done onto Piano, that's your Hibana's work. The initial bit of it taken care of. No Skill pushing in. He's got to be so careful right here because, sure, he has this face shield, but his health is low. A couple of body shots and he will go down unless Hamza doesn't see him coming. Not sure which way Hamza's looking, but there we go. No Skill has finally spotted him. Shots are fired, but he can't quite get the kill just yet, as another magnet will go out. Anticipation of flashbangs, and Nani's gonna find Platoon Kid in the meanwhile. Refrag has come in finally, as it is now 4 versus 4 at the minute 30 mark.
We will see that 1v1 gunfight from the Womai, and he's going to win that. The MP5K proves wonders for him, taking out No Skill. But he needs to be careful of one more push in towards the Piano, in which it gets denied yet again in the hands of Hamza. 4v2, Hellboy and Nani needs to figure out a way here with Hellboy compromising his location. He will be hunted down, but for now he will relocate. Try to push in towards the Piano as well, just for now. He's going to recover the diffuser and starts to push in towards the bar. He doesn't have any concussive needs to give information, but Nani, on the other hand, will be able to eliminate the Vomai to give them the access in towards Piano. The Claymore will come in as well to make sure that the flank will not happen. But it is still in the hands of ESM Elite. If they eliminate one more player on the side of Elite, then that means exactly what they need. But Mike is still here for the rescue, taking out Nani, and with it Hellboy, with the last player standing, but he won't give up. 1v2. Danu is playing very close in towards the bathroom, and also one in towards the freezer. He needs to find those two players. He doesn't have any utilities, neither he has the drone to give them useful information, and unfortunately he's going to die in the hands of Vince. ESM Elite will be able to win round 7 third floor bar on defense. As we take a look at it in the instant replay, we will proceed to round 8, as the site for ESM Elite will either be on second floor reading room or on first floor kitchen service and cooking. Now, talking about kitchen service and cooking, there is a higher chances where they might bring in some denial operators, such as either bring in the bandit or the Kaid. But most of the operator specs that we do get to see from Cafe Dostoevsky is a highest requirement of bringing in the castle, mute, and at least having one deployable shield. Currently they don't have one of those deployable shield. It would have worked out in Operation Shadow Legacy, though, because Wamai already had a deployable shield in his hand. He could have, held all by himself in towards the bakery site. But with that 6-pick, Danu switching from the Valk to the Kaid, wants to make sure he wants to bring that denial, maybe in towards prep, maybe in the freezer or at the bakery's wall. to make sure that the attack would take a lot of time trying to open it out. Although the Maverick is still available, they haven't picked it just yet. Although, fun fact from ESM Elite, I still remember Vincy's username used to be backwards, and then I was just so confused to try to understand what exactly the username meant. To be honest, I actually went to Google and tried to search out the Roman numerical numbers of what C was and what I was. So basically, I thought ICN means either it's a name of a college or it's just a Roman numeral number of 99. Although 99 is C and I, which I is on the left side, but you get the gist. I was just trying to understand what the username meant, and I ended up trying to research a total of 30 minutes to try to understand what the username is, and then just Fox just appears and just tell me, Baba, it's Vinci backwards.
Talk about, you know, talk about taking a mile from an inch. Or making a mountain out of a molehill, I guess.
Yep. Well, anyways, as we proceed to the action phase itself, we're talking about the way how the attackers are pushing as of now. Hellboy prepping up his breach hammer, so does Keefy with the breach charge to open up line of sight and maybe try to take out the Kite's Electroclaw, which I believe will succeed and will proceed to open up the hatch. Looks like the attackers are being controlled in towards the core, doesn't see the peek in towards Danu, and also misses that opportunity, which will force himself to go back. And Hellboy will do the same as well, because he needs to be careful of Hamza, who is aimed towards Small Bakery. But what just happened? He literally used the Ashes vertical lines of sight, and he's trying to use against him. Does work once, but Skeefy is here to the rescue to take out Paktoon Kid. Puts it in a 4v5, but here comes Vincy for the confirmation. Taking out Mighty Ali. And that too, it is an ace being taken care of. A beautiful wall bang from Hamza. Where did that come from? Taking out No Skill, putting in a 4v3. That is the Black we're taking care of. That extreme aggression from Nani won't happen, as Danu would be able to take out with the AUG A3, putting it in a 4v2 situation. Looks like quite a lot of pressure been happening here on the side of Scammed 7 itself. Talking about the defenders, as of now, Vincy is still holding the hatch, but that nade will be able to catch Mike. And with it, Super Hellboy be the last man standing here. Needs to find 3 more, and with a total of 55 seconds left for him to make a play, the default cam will be able to give him the location, saying that he is in towards pillars. He will slowly make his way into his reading room. Compromises his location yet again by deciding to go for that pre-fire. Still worried, but he still don't know where where exactly Jaeger's location is. One little push. Sledge's breaching hammers will come in to give him that distraction, which would force Vinci to fall back. Sees the head, doesn't get the confirmation just yet. Hellboy is trying so hard to get the head of the Jaeger, but somehow he slips away. And looking at it, he is going to waste a lot of time here. Talking about it, it is 20 seconds left for them to make a play.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. 10 seconds. 5 seconds left.
All right, Hellboy looks like he's going to be the last man standing. Couldn't even get the plant off right there. As there we go. Hamza's going to get the kill. And ESM Elite will win round 8. We do apologize for going entirely quiet, ladies and gentlemen. The action was definitely riveting up, but the entire feed froze for both of us for whatever reason. Couldn't quite get the casting in tune, if you will, so kind of had to quickly readjust as soon as the feed came back. Now it's here, and second floor reading room and fireplace hall will be the site of choice in this 5-3 score line coming in from the side of ESM Elite. Looks like they are pulling ahead slowly but surely, and the side of Scam 7 are going to need to get themselves together, get their act together in a way to get themselves into this game just that little bit better, a little bit quicker. And excuse me right there. a little bit more on the side of winning, if you will. Vinci, he's gonna take the six pick out of the Legion into the Cap Can. Interesting decision right there, but of course those EDDs are
Attackers
always
need to locate
quite
and
the
defuse
menace
as
to
many
deal
bombs
with
as they
for the
can.
side of the attack. So I can understand bringing in Cap Can, and of course, being myself a fan of the Russian operators in Siege, you can never go wrong with bringing Capcan in a match that I'm casting. Let's be real here. But of course, personal preferences aside, those EDDs are definitely something that is slept on when it comes to pressure situations. Wherever the pressure is, when attackers are to make sure that the defenders don't get one up on them, they're focusing on trying to get those kills, trying to get the intel in place. Some things slip through the cracks, and one of those things that frequently does are, of course, the EDDs of Capcan.
5 seconds.
And with the situation that seems to be coming in, Scam 7 will definitely try to make this quick in terms of getting these rounds back and equalizing once again. And that, unfortunately, could lead to them missing out on some vital pieces of information. Maybe even a kill from an EDD. Who knows? We are, of course, about to find out as Action Phase comes in for the 9th round. Oh boy, but don't get. Please be careful with that shotgun. There needs to be an advisory on those things. I swear, the number of kills, or team kills, if you will, that happen due to rotations being opened by shotguns, whether it's the SAS operators doing it with the primaries, or if it's with the castle with the super shorty they stole off of Mozzie. Either way, it's there needs to be a bit of an advisory right there, at least to make sure that nobody gets a heart attack at the very beginning of the round. Coming off to the hole that ESM is doing, it's a very standard thing right here. Vince, he's gonna see one, but no, that was really a quick peek, and the sledge will still lose. Oh boy, hell boy. Yeah, could have taken that fight just a little bit better. Should have been a little bit more vigilant about anybody in his in that position where the Capcan was. And of course, Vinci's taking a huge first kill, now being tracked by the Jackal. Nani coming in. Excuse me, they're coming in onto red stairs. He's gonna have his teammates, no skill, and of course Skeefy drop in nice and quick. They want to find the Capcan, and there we go. Skeefy, I don't think he quite saw the head right there. That's not gonna look too good as Danu with the C4 is gonna find no skill. There we go. Ash's position given away, but will the Jackal be found? Vinci, turn around to your right, man. To your right. No. Very nearly had Skeefy, but he did not see Nani out of the corner of his eye, and he gets taken down. Big drop. That Captain could not quite confirm the kill right there from his own down and injure, and there we go. Nani's gonna make full use of that as he finds his second Thunder to go down at the minute mark.
Well, it is 3-3 the round. Actually, the man count is equalized, which would put Scammed 7 in a very difficult spot here. 50 seconds left for them to make their play. Talking about their site hold, they are still trying to figure out a way to get the control in towards Cocktail Lounge, in which one of them, that will be Mike, was still holding an angle, but the flashbang will be able to blind him, which would force him to go back. Another C4 will come in, but it's going to be the EDD taking out Skeefy. A huge pre-fire will come in from the UMP, but won't succeed because of the Type 89 in that gunfight. Another information will come in. It's going to be Hamza. It's going to track for a total of 4 times here. But he still needs to survive, and he needs to just give a less amount of information and also wait a lot of time around. Flashbangs will come in, and the drop down will come in as well in towards the laundry room. The push is here from Mike. He'll be able to take out one, but Nani is going in for the plant. He needs to run. Run, Mike, run. He needs to find that peak. He doesn't be able to see that spot, but he might be able to see his exact location. Pushed him with the SMG-11, but he still survives. C4 will come in. Does it connect? No, it does not. He'll be able to go for a fake plant here. He needs to stick it in for at least 3 to 4 seconds. Would force the Jackal out, but the shotgun will come in, taking out one. And within the second, we'll be able to get that as well. Mike, beautiful clutch from the mute itself, but trying to use that vertical line of sight, didn't get that information much, but with that aggressive push in towards pillars, it did work out well in the end. ESM Elite will be the one to win round 9 second floor reading room. As we take a look at it in the instant replay, they have won 3 defending rounds in the second half. They haven't lost a single defensive rounds as of now. And now they're standing in match point against Scammed 7. Let's take a look at the scoreboards here. 13 kills to Vinci. And talking about Mighty Ali and Nani, both of them having a total of 6 kills as well. Oh boy. Talking about the round itself, Vinci is making some extraordinary plays, although not quite sure what happened to Mighty Ali. I mean, most of the time he used to make some incredible plays on defense. Looks like in the attack itself, there is a lot of room to recover. And looks like I believe they will go back to the drawing board and try to fix their attack coordination as of now. But they have to focus on the match here. They still need to win 3 more attack rounds, in which it's not going to be an easy job for them, since ESM Elite is just giving them the best they got. Also, with it, the next round will proceed, and we're just waiting for Vinci for him to load, so that we'll be able to head into the round.
Oh boy, quite the round coming out from the side of ESM Elite, and Mike, the man with the mute, 2 guns and a dream in a post-plant situation. At first, when we saw him going up to 3rd floor to use vertical lines of sight against the planter, against the Jackal Nanny in that situation, my first thought was, quite literally, my first thought was he could push up directly and probably have a better gunfight. But then again, given how much time Nanny had left to finish off the plant, it's a bit of a touch and go situation. And in the end, I think going up to 3rd floor and then dropping down to see where the Jackal ended up heading to anyway, it probably ended up being the better situation, now that, of course, we're looking at it in hindsight. Of course, the entire round can be looked at in an entirely different way, but, those arguments and whatnot can be talked about later, because what ifs and all of that, this ain't the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What ifs don't exactly come into play all the time when it comes to what we're seeing in a competitive Rainbow Six. So, going into round 10, the match point round for the side of ESM Elite is going to make things a whole lot more interesting for the side of the defense. Like Baba said, the observation is pretty clear. The side of the defense have not lost a single round going past the round 7 mark, i.e. ESM Elite have been on their toes. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for Scammed 7. Their attack has been disjointed, a little bit discordant. Maybe the coordination's not all there. They seem to be just a little bit out of touch, if you will. And that just comes down to probably their, the team not having enough matches under their belt as a full-blown team, a full-blown roster. It could be, I did mention that they formed as a team at the end of Season 4, but when you really think about it, it's been a couple of weeks at best, so they haven't had that much time to really get together and gel. But Tuka's gonna find a huge one, and a huge run out from Vinci. He's gonna find 2 off of that. The alibi. Oh, she says bye-bye to those 2 operators on the rappel. And now it's all down to Nani and Mighty Ali. No way this looks like is gonna work, as Nani will be taken care of. Hamza with a huge kill, and it's all now down to Mighty. Last man standing sees the legs of one Platoon kid, but he can't quite confirm that kill just yet. What a huge run out by Vinci. He took a bit of damage on it too, but not a whole lot, at least not to confirm his kill. And that was much required in that situation for Scam 7, but no, a gigantic play by ESM Elite. But a kill will be taken in retaliation. The Mighty go down as Mighty Ali takes 1. Sees the Eagle, can't quite get him just yet, but Tunk is proving to be a little bit too slippery for Mighty Ali to finish off. He's going to choose to drop. Is that a good decision? He's going to get one actually off of that. Bearing 9 comes out due to low ammo as the smoke gas canisters come in, and there's only so much time remaining. 33 seconds. Mighty Ali pushing down the red stairs. I don't think Vinci knows this. He's going to go down as well. And suddenly, this could be a Mighty Ali clutch. 1v2 remaining, but he has to go through 2 smoke gas canisters. And of course, you have Thunder still remaining. And there we go. The C4 will come in to dash all the hopes of that last man standing. Pre-play C4 to that. He saw him on the cams, one of his teammates gave the call out, and boom, as they say, boom goes the dynamite. Now, of course, that's going to mean that ESM Elite are your victors here on Cafe Dostoevsky, ladies and gentlemen. Vinci, well deserved MVP for the man. 15-7 to him, as he and the rest of the team have made this match work for themselves very, very well. 7-3 is the scoreline, and that is Cafe Dostoevsky wrapped up nice and quickly, I must say. Baba mentioned that these rounds seem to go by at the speed of light, and I have to kind of agree. They did. I wasn't quite prepared for the match itself to be ending as soon as it did, but that's just a testament to how good ESM played today. And Scam 7, of course, they're going to need to get some more practice under their belt if they want this match to go their way. But of course, we ourselves are not quite done with talking about this game, and we'll be going into really the moment to talk about the highlights of this match that we just had, the highs, the lows, what both teams need to look at. And I believe in this situation, none more than Baba Gusta himself is suited to take us through it. Baba, very quick and a very cool match that we had.
Absolutely, Jack. I do have to agree on that. Talking about the highlights itself, Scammed 7, they are good when it comes to defense. We did get to see Mighty Ali making some great plays, because most of the time it was Ali who was making some important kills, getting early frags, and also getting 3 to 4 kills when the site was on third floor bar. Although Kitchen, actually not on Kitchen, it was on second floor reading room on round 3, where the attackers did get the immediate control, but we did get to see how quick Mike was. Actually, it was how quick Hellboy was by getting in, trying to use that vertical lines of sight and trying to eliminate the players. To be honest, they did quickly lose all of their utilities. That would be the C4s and whatnot, but talking about it though, this 1v1 was necessary, because actually it was No Skill who went into the top floor. Although when it comes to the attack phase though from Scam 7, not a good way to be talking about it, because they did not expect it to see that run out when the site was on third floor bar, which is in last round, where Nanny actually Vinci made that play, and also Nanny also went in for that same run out on third floor bar, which was on round 6. It did not happen because he tried to contest against Danu, the rifle shield in hand. He tried to go for that piece, but unfortunately he could not. Actually, it was Hamza trying to do that specific play. Unfortunately, it could not. Most of the rounds that we did get to witness here was almost a 1v2 or a 1v3 clutch moment situations, where Scam 7 did win one, so did ESM. On defense, we did get to see Mike make a really good clutch, the 1v2, knowing that trying to use that vertical line of sight would not be the best idea. The Jackal thought of trying to contest against the Mute in a very long range, but didn't get to expect that he had a shotgun instead of an MP5K. That is how dangerous the SAS operators are. All they need is an M5 shotgun and try to contest in close range, and basically they are considered to be one of the most important defenders for the anchors to hold, because they have a good secondary, and also that secondary will work well if we try to understand how its recoil works. Talking about the second half itself, ESM Elite haven't lost a single defensive round, although on round 9 ESM almost about to lose that round, but Mike did recover that round out in a very good fashion there. Other than that, it was just Scam 7 who was trying to go aggressive, but in the end couldn't win most of the gunfight against either from Mike or from Vinci, because most of the time Vinci was also making his plays as well. Also, can I not forget about Hamza with the vector plays to get those kills as well. To be honest though, there is nothing more else to say, but talking about Scam 7's current standings here, it's not going to look well at all. 2 losses, which would put them in the last position, whereas ESM Elite will be able to win 1 more, putting them in a total of 6 points, and also get on the top of the leaderboards to them. But still, talking about one more match that we get to see here, we'll be seeing Jeter Vyuha going up against Kira Esports. Now this is going to be an interesting match, because in yesterday I still remember Foxy used to be so excited about Jeter Vyuha, and I do remember how Jack feels about JV. it's basically about their season 4 performance, but since season 5 we did get to see some major improvement coming in from them. Maybe who knows, we might be able to see a tough competition heading up between both of these teams, because it is a fight to the top. Only one will stay on top. Who will it be? We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with the second match.
We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart. Cause I know we won't make it out, I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out, we've heard it all before. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. 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 We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart. Cause I know we won't make it out, I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out, we've heard it all before. It's alright. Hey. It's alright. Hey. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. 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 Alright, so let's move on.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK the Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft here with you, and of course our broadcast partner, can't forget them, Booyah, here with their hosts Blackjack and Babagusa, and of course our admin Eisen, as we are here for the second and final game of Day 2 of Division 2 in Season 5. Plenty of numbers, I know it can get a little confusing to keep a track of, but what really matters right now is the fact that we'll be going live with the game between Kira Esports and Jitterviewer on the map of Oregon in just a few short moments. Kira Esports, they're going to be, looking to make this season their own. Not too happy with getting relegated to Div 2 at the end of Season 4. They themselves will be fighting at their hardest to get themselves at the top spot of Div 2, at least end off on a good note. On the other hand, excuse me right there, Jitterviewer. Yeah, not a team I expected to be staying in Div 2. Of course, Baba touched on this, and we'll be going live with the match nice and quickly so that, we don't waste any more time to getting the action to your guys' screen on the ban phase on the map of Oregon. Thatcher to start things off from JV. No surprises right there. But come back to the point at hand. Jitterviewer, not a team that I expected to see staying in Div 2 in the previous season. And, Baba touched on this in the previous game that we had, of course, between E-Samurai Elite and Scammed 7. The fact that Jitterviewer did not impress me at all in the last season, and for the most part, they didn't really impress anybody in Div 2, regardless of their performance in Div 3. Now, of course, coming to Div 2, they had a rough season. Right towards the end, of course, they started picking up a little bit, and as the things went round and about, and at the end of the season, suddenly they had a chance of getting themselves to Div 1. That was a huge thing. But now they find themselves here in Div 2 once again in Season 5. They've got a good position, sort of. And now they're going to try and make as much use of that as they can. Ban phase, in the meanwhile, has been concluded. Thatcher, Blackbeard, Mira, and Valkyrie. Interesting decisions being taken right here from both teams. Thatcher and Mira, of course, very standard when it comes to the map of Oregon. You see them each and every game, or almost each and every game. Some games you have Mira, being allowed to play, some games Thatcher. Blackbeard, of course, the entirety of the previous game can pretty much be attributed to why you should ban Blackbeard, the match. And Valkyrie, Valkyrie as well, those intels and the C4, very good stuff to have for the defenders, so she will be banned as well. Before we get into round one on Second Floor Kids, Dorms, and Dorms Hall, let's have a look at both the rosters that are in the lobby first today. From the side of Kira Esports, you've got Rats, Deathamar, Cat, Shinra, and Rattler. And from the side of Jitterviewer, we've got Taurus, God, Kopals, Shockin', and I couldn't quite catch the last name before the game went into loading. There we go. Ghost playing with the castle. I believe the castle was 6-10 actually. Again, one of those decisions from JV that we're going to have to look to see how it pans out. They've got the Goyer and play the Malusi and whatnot. Of course, from the attacker side, you've got the grenades from the Sledge and the Maverick. So plenty of explosives will be flying towards the faces of the defenders. But of course, I've kept the man from the mic long enough as round one gets underway. Baba Gusta, what do you feel about this match that we've got on hand?
Memories. It's just bring memories of Season 4 where Jitterviewer was playing a lot of map Oregon, but unfortunately couldn't try to cope up on both attack and defense. Since this is Season 5, we might see some difference coming in from this team here. Maybe they might be able to impress us, maybe impress the viewers who are watching the stream right now. Talking about the action phase itself, Shocking will currently be in towards Kitchen. And talking about Kira Esports though, beautiful wall bang right from the windows in towards the construction window, but doesn't see that aggression from Rats. Be able to take one. I believe it's Rattler who will be able to take out Shocking immediately in towards Shower Corridor. That's basically the definition of how shocking the Jaeger is going to be. Getting taken out in the early round itself is going to put Jitterviewer in a very bad spot. Now, still need to be careful of Kopal. He's making his way in towards basement laundry stairs. He's still in the roaming duty as of now. The SMR breach charges will come in to make that line of sight in towards the attic. Looks like he wants to contest against Rattler, but doesn't see the Nomad air jab, in which he will get taken out in the hands of Rattler. Oh boy. Be able to rattle see out, if you know what I mean. With it, Jetrovia will be in a 5v3 situation here. Gopal and Shokin taken care of, but the Ghost will be able to make his amends, shutting down Rattler in towards the white stairs. God does the same, taking out a Vim, puts in a 3v3, make that 2v3 as God starts to make some incredible plays for Team Jetrovia. Goes for that beautiful recovery, putting Kira Esports in a 2v3 situation here. And with that, the diffuser has been dropped nearby the side as Amar starts making his own plays, going for that pre-fire. He's almost about to get that headshot from Taurus, but due to his less amount of fire rate, it doesn't matter. That huge aggression from Amar to be able to take out Taurus. And with it, they are very close towards the side. Flashbang, it doesn't matter though, because here comes Rats with those 2 kills taking it out. And with it, Kira Esports will be able to win their first round on second floor kids dorms, and with it will be able to proceed to round 2. And also we take a look at it in the instant replay. Round 2 will commence, and Jetrovia, a good attempt especially from God to converting it from a 5v3 into a 5v2 situation, but unfortunately couldn't handle the aggressive plays that Rats and Dead Armor performed. Very impressive plays from Rattler as well, getting 2 kills, eliminating both Shocking and Gopal. Actually, Gopal. Ah, I mean, I wish the. Actually, you know what? Never mind. With this, as we proceed to round 2, the site will be on second floor kids dorms, and let's see what Jetrovia has to say as of now.
I think Kid Esports definitely had a little moment where they underestimated how Jirvia might just try and come back. Again, nothing against this team particularly, but God definitely could have made that round his own. Just needed a little bit more leeway to work around, and maybe, just maybe, Kira might not have gotten away with the round itself. The down onto, of course, Ghost didn't help either. And then, of course, there was only so much that the lone defenders could do in a situation where they had practically been cornered, and Kira Esports were fast approaching the finish. This time around, they can't exactly rely, or at least they won't be... they'll try not to rely only on one or two of their defenders to make things work for themselves. They'll definitely try and bring this round a little bit closer to home via the use of all of their operators in play, and that's something you want to do. Team coordination needs to be there from the side of Jirvia just as much as it is from Kira Esports' side. Again, just a little slip up when God was going to town, if you will, and they managed to recover it nice and quickly. So all in all, not a bad round start. Just need to make sure the mid round they don't get ambushed or taken out elsewhere where they weren't really expecting it. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a tower push. Rattler himself is here this time around. The Ash, the initial double kill was his in the previous round. This round potentially or not. You've got the Nomad, of course. Rats down below, making sure that those lines of sight are covered, and you've got the air jabs to make sure that no defender gets the bright idea to push up quick, as an Ash charge will go out. I think that took care of a shield or some other bit and piece of utility from the side of Jirvia. Some long shots are being fired, but not a whole lot has been taken. There we go. Mute Jammer's gone. That'll allow the attackers to drone. It looks like it's an all push through from this attic side. That's not exactly the most advisable thing, but Shockin', a bit of a pre-fire goes out, and then the grenades come in, so he'll have to fall back. Smoke grenades come in as well. God, however, could make something of this if he just holds the angle a little bit longer. Shockin', not advisable to do that. He's going into the fire willingly. Of course, he could get somebody via a pre-fire, but then again, that's going to require quite a bit of work from him, even if he has the Vector from the other side out on Trophy, supporting a minute 10 on the clock. As Jirvia's defense is slowly getting more, attuned to what Kira Esports are trying to bring out.
Well, currently we will see Shocking getting that kill, taking out Death Armor while he was trying to repel for that kids, and God will be able to take one more in towards the attic and in towards the attic east wall, eliminating Death Armor. Things are not looking too well here. 43 seconds for Kira Esports to make their play and catch. be able to take out Shocking with the help of his grenade. Although the shotgun operator Mute is still alive with holding from the windows of second floor kids, and Avim still figuring out a way here. Gopal taking out Raj, puts in a 2v2, make that 1v4 as Tora takes out one, and with it Avim will be the last man standing, gets two in towards the attic, and now he needs to find two more in which both of them are in towards the side. He needs to be seeing one of them who is prone in towards the white stairs, sees the head of the mood, doesn't get the shot as of now, but there is a chance here. Beautiful damage, whips out the pistol, try to contest against the mute with the shotgun, but unfortunately won't be able to win that gunfight at all. But the shotgun in close range is devastating and also dangerous both at the same time. Whether Jeter Viha will be able to win round 2 second floor kids dorms, whether it will be able to proceed to the next round. Round 3 will commence. The site will be on basement laundry and supply room, and with God making godlike plays, getting that important kills, and also delaying the push from Kira Esports. I did kind of understand what was happening in their heads. They did try to use a nade. They tried to gain the control in towards attic by losing a lot of time just to take out that Vulcan shield, and Shocking, who was trying to go for that pre-fire, even with the Goya's Vulcan shield being popped and dealing his damage to a total of 50. They still, however, be able to win that gunfight, and Shocking, interestingly enough, he decides to immediately convert his role by not being an anchor, but instead decides to go in for a flank route by trying to contest them in towards the big towers. Surprisingly enough, there was one of the attackers who were rappelling in from the kid's window. All he has to do is just open up the windows of the kitchen hallway and get that kill. Beautifully well executed from Jeter Vyuha. With it, 1-1 will be the score line here. Round 3, it will be a difficult site for Kira Esports to attack. Knowing that the site is on basement laundry, you are bound to see one of the defenders holding in towards the basement blue bunker. Talking about it, action phase will proceed as God will be able to place his Vulcan shields, one of them which will be holding an angle from laundry in towards freezer, the other will be in towards the bunker as well. Now with the attackers who are spawned in towards construction site, be able to open up a wall. Actually, there isn't any deployable shield from the blue bunker, but instead it's placed at the blue bunker entrance, actually from the boiler entrance, which would establish a good crossfire. The only problem is that there has to be another player who's at least holding the big tower stairs to make sure that the flank from the attackers would not happen. If it happens though, then the attackers have almost half of the control here. Talking about defenders though, we will see Shocking going for the roam game yet again, this time going for a spawn peek right in towards the big tower entrance by holding an angle from garage while proned in. God will be holding the angle from big tower as well, from the laundry's opened wall. The drone will be able to give out vital information, and Shocking be into a second floor kids. The flashbang will come in, but to of no effect because the ADS is still alive. One of them will be burnt out, and a pre-fire will come in as well in the process. The ash breaching charge will be able to take out the Melusi's Banshee deterrent, and so does a huge utility denials coming in from the defenders. Oh boy, doesn't see the aggression here from Rattler. It looks like he will be surprised to see that aggressive peek coming in from him. That's exactly what they need here. Rattler with the first frag will be able to take out Gopals. No, it does not. He will survive. Try to contest even at the big tower stairs, but not the nade. The nade! He still survives the nade with just 10 HP. What exactly just happened here? But Catch will be able to take out Taurus, puts it in a 5v3. The push needs to happen. Gopal unfortunately goes down with another nade throw coming in from Catch. But with it, will only be 2 players left currently in towards the site, as the Selva Breaches will come in to open up to make lines of sight.
Well, this has certainly turned out to be quite the round coming in from the side of Kira Esports. Kopals is down, however, and that kill won't be confirmed, but Catch finds God in the meanwhile. There's another kill. That's onto the Ash, and now it's all down to this last man standing, and looks like Deathamer has managed to find Shock in another big drop, and Well, this is quite the interesting kill cam. But regardless, regardless of whatever the final kill cam showed us, Kira Esports definitely showed up to that round. Jiravuya, unfortunately, not expecting them to be as aggressive. Seeing all of the utility burn coming in towards the blue bunker and, of course, the blue bunker elbow site. But even then, oh boy, that push up was something else entirely. Basement laundry and supply room will be the side of choice again, and I just hope that Kira Esports aren't underestimating the side of JV. Again, like I said, Jirivuya, sure, Season 4's performance wasn't exactly the best from them, but Season 5 might hold something different. They've had time to, go back to the drawing board to check and to see where
Attackers need
they've
to
gone
locate and
wrong
defuse the
and
bomb.
where they need to reevaluate their defense and offense respectively. Although I will say in that last round they tried what they could, couldn't quite get through to it and get through to what they needed to do in that round either. Kira Sports just proving to be a little bit too much in this, at least in these first 3 rounds. For one round, of course, JV brought it back for themselves. The other round equalizer was in. But the real test will be
10
going
seconds
forward
to
in this
insertion.
game, especially from round 4 onwards, because we are now past that
5 seconds
initial,
to go.
the match has just begun phase. We're now well into what will
90
be
seconds to locate a bomb and
the mid game, especially going towards round 6, 7, and onwards. That's where the real test of endurance and strength comes in. Because if those rounds are played with a back and forth, that means we're headed towards overtime, and that means more and more stamina will be drained from both sides, and that is when we will see the real effects of the training, of the practice that these teams have put in, shine through. Taurus trying to go for a little bit of a cheeky peek out of the armory corridor window. Could find somebody, but he's got to be careful. His window's being peeked as well. Has he been seen? I don't think so. He could get somebody. And will he? Gets a lot of damage done. Catched is down, and the kill is confirmed. The Legion gets away with it. As it's a 4v5. Taurus with the first kill on the Catched. Big drop right there with the Maverick taken care of. And yeah, I don't think he was quite expecting that catch. You got to watch out for the window, though. It's slowly becoming quite the high traffic area for defenders, especially when the rounds are on basement laundry. So with that first kill, Catched has the Maverick taken care of is going to make things a little bit harder because you can't make those little poke holes towards sight to get angles from to get odd angles to get kills, right? More than anything, that reduces your hard breach capability, and the hatches are what really matter here, because it seems like Shinra, his role was supposed to go in through that blue bunker area, open up whichever wall here is the most required given the situation, and that's going to use up all of his Selmas. And that means there's nobody to open up the hatch, nobody to apply pressure from above. That's why that kill is so influential. Minute 10 on the clock as the push is coming in, but no Ghost! Couldn't quite get him. He did actually get one, and oh boy, here comes God to finish off another one. That's a huge drop as Shinra will fall, and the reinforcement comes in just about in time. Deathamer finds Taurus in the meanwhile. That's another big drop, but he's got to play around the boiler room. There's a Melusi still in there. Shocking has actually fallen back. 50 seconds remains as Deathamer finds another one. Nearly gets his head taken out by Kopal, but that won't be the case. As an Ash Breaching Charge comes in to open up an extra line of sight, the Melusi goes out into the hallway. Deathamer has to be so careful about the position he's playing. A little bit more damage is done to Shocking right there, but he is more than alive, and that's what matters. Rattler pushes and gets one, and now it's all down to Shocking, the last man standing, and it's Rattler all over the place to get the final couple of kills, as we will see in the instant replay. Kira Esports definitely pushed against the wall a little bit more in this round, but they managed to bring things back for themselves where they could. And that, of course, matters most, if you will, in this situation. They want the lead, especially since they're on the attack. Going into defense post round 7 will make this game all the easier for them, as it is 3-1 going into round 5.
Oh boy, Rattler is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. A total of 3 kills that he performed here today. And looks like he'll be able to continue that aggression for the past 2 rounds as well. Catching JV off guard is exactly what Kira needs to put themselves in the lead. Talking about Jetter
Attackers
Vyuha,
need
though,
to
they did
locate
not
and
expect
defuse
it to see
bombs.
such sheer aggressive plays coming in from these teams. Most of the time, it's always either death armor or rats in a 2v4 situation, or sometimes it is armor and rattler in a 2v4 situation. Most of the time, I popularly call them as the R squares of Kira Esports, because you have rats and rattler, you call that R square. And also actually thought of making myself a custom goggles where I have R in my eyes instead of circles, just to show my support to Kira Esport. Although I have some
10
support for
seconds
Jetter
left
as
before
well, the way
insertion.
how they've improve their performance,
10 seconds
since
remaining.
they the performance from season 4 didn't work out well in their
Locate
favor,
and
but season
defuse the
5, though,
bombs.
there is some minor improvement here, especially from God and Shocking. Although we didn't get to see some major plays coming in from Ghost and Taurus, because the reason why we couldn't be able to get to see much more plays coming in from them is basically is that they're playing support. You have the Castle with the armor panel, you have the Mute with his jammers to deny information and also deny those hard breach. It is very important to have those operators, and looks like it is working well in their favor. Now, Catched, he won't be taken out early, but he needs to be careful while making that lines of sight, because Shocking is still holding that angle. Although he's a bit worried that he thinks that one of the attackers is still holding an angle. If Shocking goes aggressive here, he may be able to eliminate the Maverick. You'll be able to see the leg and take him out instantly. Not quite sure what exactly happened there. Catched. Didn't expect to see that, but wait a minute. What exactly happened here from Shinra in towards Trophy, taking out Ghost and God both at the same time. And looks like Jettervyuha is in trouble yet again. Vulcan shields being destroyed. And with it, the push from Kira is underway, where the ace needs to make that line of sight and go for that smoke plant in which they need to do it. Although it will be blocked from the Mute's jammers, and they do not have the Twitch shock drones to have the Ash breaching charge to eliminate it, so that the breach charge will happen and also give them that line of sight. 1 minute 22 seconds left, and talking about this man count advantage here. 4v3. What's going to happen here as the attackers go for the push? But here we go. Shinra with one more, taking out Shocking this time. Might be able to go for the ace as Ratter gets one, denying the ace, taking out Taurus as Shinra proceeds to go for the plant. Gopal, the last man standing. Unfortunately, he won't be able to make any plays at all. Kira Esports are devastating round here, winning round 5, second floor kids dorms, and with it will be able to go for the last round, round 6, where Jetter Viha really needs to be careful of their pushes as of now. Didn't expect it to see Shinra get 2 kills right from, actually, 2 kills from the trophy, and then the third while he was trying to open up the breached wall. So looks like Jetter Viha is in a trouble again. But still, talking about the other previous rounds, they did hold their ground extremely well. But I'm just very worried about Jetter Viha on attack, since Oregon is very defender favored. And since Kira Esports have won 4 attacking rounds here, second half is not going to be a good day for Jetta Vyuha. Not a good day at all for them.
Defenders
Oh
protect the
boy, the
bombs from
way
being
this is
defused by
going is
attackers.
not looking too good at all for the side of Jitteria. Yeah, ourselves, myself and Baba Gusta, of course, and our admin Eisen, we're sort of having this discussion before the match itself began with the other admins, Percy and Darkside, as to what the result of this match will be. And I don't know if this what this says about us looking at Division 2, but most, if not all, of our
10 seconds
predictions
insertion.
and sort of insights and whatnot really just lent towards Kira taking this game
5
by
seconds
quite
left.
a wide margin. I'm not sure who exactly it was, but one of us even mentioned that
Attackers
it
are
will be a
moving out of the zone.
7-0. Well, it's not quite going to be a 7-0 at least. Usually we have avoided that. But going forward from here, they're going to need to win a few more rounds if they want the other side of role swap to go their way. They're going to be on attack, mind you. And Kira Esports on attack on Oregon have taken 4 rounds. Jitterhuya going in to attack with a 2-4 down will at least be a little bit better than being a 1-5 down. Excuse me right there. And they could maybe try playing Kira Esports at their own game, maybe countering aggression with aggression could work for them. But of course, JV themselves don't seem like the kind of team to play fire with fire like that. Catch seems like he doesn't want to go for the hard breach on tower. He's going to be out here pinging the castle barricade. Once it taken care of nice and quickly, watching those long angles from all the way out to a tower, areas that need to be seen and taken care of. A breaching hammer will come in from Deathhammer nice and quickly, giving them the little opening that they need on that big window of sight. There's another one towards this games area. I'll be taken care of nice and quickly, and some shots will be fired. That's on the castle as well. Ghost a little low on HP as Deathhammer is spotting people left, right, and center. Grenade goes out. That's not going to find anybody, is it? But Kopaz is already down. That's a little unfortunate. He might just be confirmed onto any second. Now position given away as a flashbang comes in, but that's Rattler to get flashed by his own teammate as another grenade falls in. Will that find nobody? From the looks of things, as Rats has gone on his own chase on somebody, a defender most likely, all the way down in the basement. Minute 20 on the clock now. JV, one man is merely down. Ghost is a little low on HP, and the grenade might come in. No, that's a smoke grenade. Taurus a little bit too late to fire. Shinra's already gone for plan. Does he have cover? I think he does, but the smoke grenade might run out any second now. Pings are coming in. Taurus needs to emphasize on this, and he won't. It's a post plan as God finds one, gets found by Rattler. 4v4 now, and the Kai's location is going to be given away. So many kills being dropped as it's being traded left, right, and center. Catch will find Taurus, but Shotgun finds Rat. 2v2 now. The castle finds one more. It's a 1v1. Shinra, suddenly the last man standing against the Jaeger on white. Will he find him in time? Not quite. Shotgun goes into dorms just in time. Now he's got to watch the rotate where Shinra himself is a Vim. Last man on the clock right now. Position given away. The Jaeger going for a run out. The worst idea in that situation. And a one tap to rub it in as Shotgun will go down. Oh dear me, that was a little bit unfortunate decision making right there. Decided not to check inside of dorms, went straight out the window and got cleaned up on Shinra. Well, he didn't have to stress too much. He just went in, positioned himself as he should. And looks like Kid Esports wants a pause. Interesting decision to call for a little bit of a pause right there. We do apologize for the pause in the action, ladies and gentlemen, but we will go back to the match nice and quickly. Not just yet, of course. It's just been called, and we're waiting for the ready confirmation to come in from the side of Kira once again. Hopefully it comes in quickly as well, as you know, we don't want to miss out on the action. 5-1 is the scoreline, and Kira look like they are pretty much about to settle the score, if you will. There's no real score to be settled. It's primarily them just going on the defense, getting those 2 rounds, and finishing off the match itself. Apparently, Rattler is facing a bit of internet packet loss, so yeah, that would result in a bit of a spotty connection. So he's got to fix it. So it's a good thing that they had the pause on hand to be called. And, you know, it is what it is. Our internets can fail us sometimes. It's happened to us. It's happened to our production. It's happened to the players. And, you know, it happens everywhere. The internet can be a bit of a frustrating thing sometimes. I think we can all agree on that front. But you know what else we can all agree on? The fact that JV, yeah, I don't think they were ready for tonight's game. Not in the slightest, especially against Kita Esports. You know, some could say that their previous season's performance could be improved upon, and that is something I agree on 100%. Jiravuya definitely, especially yesterday, seemed like they might be able to turn things around. But yeah, Kita Esports, Div 1 team here in Div 2, not exactly happy about that. Yeah, they're not about to spare any spare any resources to finish off this game nice and quickly. And, you know, Jittervia, of course, it still comes down to, I still can't really say that they're ready for Div 2, but at the same time, we have a whole season to go through, and it is the final season after all. So who knows? JV might have some surprising improvements in store for us as we go forward with this division, with this season, and towards the end, the inevitable end of the WD Black Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, I know. We've talked about it a lot, how the Pro League is ending, and it sounds a little sad, but at the end of the day, you know, something even better is probably going to come up after this. Who knows? We will see what the future has in store. But enough about that. Tomorrow is going to be some more siege action, and it's going to be the best siege action that the Pro League produces on a weekly basis. That's right, Division 1 will be going live tomorrow as well. We're going to be seeing the big teams, the big names of the region square off for their final 3 weeks of the season, beginning tomorrow, Division 1, Day 1. So we hope to see you all there as well. But, all the talk of future events and future matches aside, I have to say, Kita Esports have definitely the way they're playing today really seems like they're going as hard as they need to, as hard as they've seen Jiravuya, as much as they've seen them. I'm pretty sure that they have done their homework on them, and we'll be going back into the game as the resume confirmation has come in from Kira as well, ladies and gentlemen. So the match is back live on your screens ASAP, and it's going to be second floor Kids Dorms and Dorms Main Hall, the side of choice on round 7 from the side of Kira. But the point notwithstanding, they definitely seemed like they knew what they needed to do against Jiravuya. Unfortunately, JV not quite ready to face off against a Div 1 team, especially one that can be quite as, coordinatedly aggressive as Kira Esports can be. Sure, they're no Demas Force at their peak. I mean, I think Demas Force at their peak pretty much speaks for itself. But even then, they're a formidable opponent, and Kira Esports is pretty much, laying claim to that name tonight. Now, on the side of defense, they're going to look to get this match cleaned up on nice and quickly, no issues whatsoever. Get it done and over with. And, of course, we'll be going into really the moment to talk about those. But that's, again, for later. Round 7's underway, and I have to ask, Baba, what do you think on the attack? Can JV turn this match around?
5 seconds to insertion.
I don't know, Jack. I don't know. I mean,
Attackers are moving out to locate
this
the bomb.
Kira Esports currently on defense, and now Jiravuya will be the one on attack. It's going to be very difficult for them, knowing that the defenders will obviously go for very aggressive peaks. They will go for runouts and spawn peaks, and Jiravuya really needs to be careful on those. So that's the reason why you have claymores and also the air jabs to make sure that they'll be able to halt off their aggression a bit. Although the main player that they have to worry about will be Death Amar, who's currently in towards the big tower stairs, will get droned out as well, would give out the information to Shinra, and going for the spawn peak as well into towards construction site. Looks like they want to put the aggression into the next level here. The only difference is that Kira Esports shouldn't get taken out in the early rounds itself. If they do, though, Jiravuya will have that advantage. A good use of that ping 2.0 system to find out where exactly the drones have been heading out, so that they'll be able to reduce the information coming in on the side of the attackers. We did see some aggressive plays, but still we haven't seen too much of aggression coming in from Kira Esports. They're just basically trying to, scare the attackers into knowing that there might be some spawn peaks, which would waste a lot of time here. This is how Kira Esports work. They are in it to waste time, not to get kills. We've been seeing them doing this time and time again, and it is a foolproof plan, which it works all the time. Although the execution phase is where Kira Esports needs to be careful of, knowing rats how they've did reduced into a lot of HP. Talking about HP, though, shocking. Will be down, gets taken out from Rattler's SMG-11, tries to go for the impact trick to go for that confirmation, won't be able to get it. They'll be able to fall back in towards the site instead to provide support and cover. 1 minute left. JV not in a good mood at all. They haven't opened up the walls just yet, and with it, they only have 53 seconds left to make their move.
Not a whole lot of time, but the Selmas will start to come out, as seems like Rattler and Shinra are holding that first floor corridor. Taurus wants to toss a grenade up there nice and quickly, and he will. The pre-fire came in from the mute in the meanwhile, but that's only giving away his position. Doesn't matter. Rattler doesn't care, as he will take a kill and put a C4 up there. Interesting place for a pre-play C4, but he's got to watch that breach. He knows that there's somebody there. That is, of course, the ace Ghost in that area, along with Topals, trying to get in. But with only so much time remaining, Deathamer to go through, and the rest of Kita Esports is looking less and less likely as they slowly approach what could be their doom. Topals going through there. Seifer comes in, blows up Rattler, and Copals along with, and Shinra and Deathamer will find the final two. I have to commend Rattler on that C4, man. He probably stayed down there for so long trying to find somebody coming through the rotate, and he decides, you know what? I'm taking you down with me. And boy, did he do that in some style as well. But of course, as the replay comes to an end, the real meat and potatoes of the matter is the fact that it is match point, ladies and gentlemen. 6-1 is the scoreline going into basement laundry and supply room as Jittervuya, yeah, their chances really look slim. You know, I kind of put Baba on the spot in the last round after going on about how none of us really thought that JV could win this game. So I do have to apologize for that, Baba. But all in all, you know, it's been an interesting game to say the least, to see how Kita Esports is looking at this season and how JV are looking at this season at the same time as well. Jittervuya will be fighting, that is for sure. But again, you know, given that they just about scraped by in Division 2 in the previous season, now going up against a Div 1 team looking to make this season their own in entirety, yeah, that's gonna be a tough ask. So, you know, now, with round 8 underway, only one round to go for Kita Esports to win, and one more round for Jittervuya to try and extend how long this match goes on for.
You know, I think Rattler, when we were about to start the match itself, maybe he was trying to get some motivation by closing his eyes and saying, "I am speed. I am faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning." And he just, he just goes.
He just goes.
I mean, he just goes.
Zooming.
He just zooms in one place to the other, just like Bolt. Oh boys, it's just Rattler, man. I've never seen such, aggressive plays coming from him. But wait a minute, Shocking's already into his basement laundry, and looks like it's going to be a rush here from Team Jittervuya. They want to catch off the act, but here comes Rattler again with the SMG-11 to try to contest. Goes to be able to take out Chinra, but at what cost? He'll be able to get one more. He'll be able to go for the plant as well. Kopal's catch in the act, and with it, it will be a 2v4 post-plant situation, whereas Deathamer takes out Taurus, and with it, the pressure is on for Kita Esports. They did not expect to see that heavy aggression coming in, as Rat's C4 will be able to blow up the Goyo's Vulcan shield, which would put Kita Esports in a very bad situation, as I'd like to call it. All three of the players are in towards basement laundry, and the aggressive peek from Kopal will come in. He'll be able to take out Rats. And with it, Deathamer will be the last player standing. Claymores will be placed at the end rounds just to make sure. It's more of like a backup plan, but Deathamer is still alive and dealing some major damage here. But he needs that 6 second, and that moment of time, that moment of creation has come to an end. Jittervuya will be able to win round 8 basement laundry as we take a look at it in the instant replay. Jittervuya are not out of the game just yet, with that good rush coming in from them right from the basement laundry stairs. The only question is, can they do it again?
I don't think doing it again would be the best idea against Kita Esports, because you can now bet that they're going back. Not only are they going to go back to basement laundry, right? Because second floor kids dorms, of course, is no longer an option for them, at least until this round. This and the next rounds end. But even then, they will be very much expediting the process of the prep phase, making sure that they absolutely leave no gaps whatsoever and take this round as soon as possible. And Jittervuya, I have to commend that rush, though. It takes quite a bit to decide that, you know what, Kita Esports, their defense on the second floor was really good. We couldn't penetrate it when it was fully formed, so let's go in and try and catch them off early. And they actually managed to do it, I have to say. Kita definitely not ready for a play like that coming in from the side of JV. Now, like I said, I don't think it's going to work the second time around. You can already see Kita Esports trying to get this done, the preparation and whatnot, as soon as possible, with absolutely no time wasted, no motion wasted either. You have cast on first floor,
10 seconds
getting
remaining.
all the hatches all ready, and we are just about to end the prep phase. Other hatches are being opened, lines of sight and whatnot are being taken care of by the side
Attackers' objective
of
is to
Kira,
locate a bomb
and
and
those barricades are being put in as soon as possible as well, just to make sure that no motion in this situation is wasted at all. An interesting decision by Cats right there to prepare that barricade for a quick exit should they need it. Up white, Deathamer on the top of the main stairs as well, just seeing what he can get away with, or tower stairs, excuse me, I should say, back stairs as it's called on the compass. And action phase coming in at the 2-minute mark. Deathamer, he's got to be careful though. There's a Takebi right next to him, and he just pre-fires, walks away with his head intact, takes care of the incoming call. He's gonna just fall back into the side of the drones come in from the side of JV.
Well, you can't put the phones to airplane mode or switch it off because you need those for observation cams, and that cams will put them to make sure that they'll be able to give that when a second call will come in from the cabbie, and whether the invisible phones will come in from the defenders to shut it and make sure that they won't be able to compromise their location. Now, Death Armor though will be still in towards the big tower stairs. Not quite sure exactly where the attacker's location is. They are, however, making their way in towards Freezer, though. So I believe this is going to be a Freezer push on the side of Jetter Vyuha. The ADS will be retracted back and placed in towards the side, I believe, from Basement Laundry. And whether the ASMR breach charges will come in as well, the Ash will make his way in towards the Basement Laundry stairs. Claymores will be placed to make sure that the runout would not happen. Talking about time itself, Deathamer with the quick retaliation. Actually, it's going to be shocking with the retaliation, taking out Rattler this time. A 4v5, Kira Esports in big trouble here. If this keeps happening here for Jetter Vyuha, they will slowly keep up their momentum and make sure that they'll be able to put this match on overtime. But Kira Esports have a lot of time. They just need to be patient. They just need to wait for the attackers to make their move. They haven't opened up the hatches in towards the freezer yet. They only opened up the Basement Laundry. Rats, on the other hand, the T5 SMG making wonders for him, taking out Taurus right from the blue bunker. Still talking about the time itself, Jetter Vyuha needs to make a play here. And this is exactly what is going to happen. Ying's Candelas will force God in a very low HP. But it looks like they will produce to give much more damage as well. Shocking with yet another kill, taking out Death's Armor. Cash, on the other hand, takes out Shocking right from Freezer. And he gets one more, taking out Gopal. But here comes the aggressive pick from Shinra to get one. But it's still, there is a chance here. 1v1. It is Ghost versus Rats. Rats knows exactly where his position is in towards the one body shot. Is more than enough, but the Legion Goo Mine is going to put him in a solo HP. He needs to find exactly where his location is. Goes for the push. Rat is so patient enough, and with it, he's just going to fall down in the hands of the Legion Goo Mine. Kira Esports will be able to win round 9 Basement Laundry. Oh boy. That's whew. Not a good way to
talk about anticlimactic, am I right?
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I was trying to go for, but still, I mean, the pain, man. I can feel the pain. I can just feel the pain from them, you know? Oh boy. Ow.
Oh well, it could have been it that round, for the side of JV. It came down to the 1v1. Unfortunately, of course, Rats was more than patient, letting the goo mine do its work, spread those neurotoxins through the shins of the attacker. And of course, well, you all saw what happened after that. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the second match taken care of nice and quickly as well. 2 very quick games, I might add. A 7-3 to ESM Elite against, of course, Scam 7, and a 7-2 against Jetter Vyuha for the side of Kira Esports. But of course, we ourselves are not quite done with the match. We'll be talking about it more in a Relive the Moment, going live on the screens right now, where we talk about the big highlights and the low points as well, some low points of the match that we just had. And primarily speaking, this is going to be a highlight reel of Kira Esports for the most part, who played this match about as well as they needed to. They didn't do too much else. They didn't, bring out anything less standard, if you will. It was pretty much by the book for them. Albeit Jetter Vyuha did fire back in a couple of rounds. Round 2 and round 7, actually round 8, went their way, and it could have been just a little bit more than that, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches and hope to improve for the next few games that you have going forward in weeks 2 and 3. That's pretty much all I can say to JV, as across the board, their team needs improvements in their droning, their coordination, their intel gathering, and their use of utility. More importantly, their gunpowder potential. As sure, players like Shockin and God might be able to pull off some really good kills and required kills, but the rest of the team has to keep up as well. You can't just all be, one-shot wonders and then leave the rest of the match on those two entirely. That's not how a game like Rainbow Six works or relies, the mechanics that is it relies on. That's not how that will work, if you will. Although I will say, like I said, Jirovia, they did fire back on a few rounds. It definitely seems like they are working on it. They've improved, even if, by a little bit between seasons, they will still need to work on it a lot more. And I'm trying not to be too harsh on them. Like I said at the end of season 4, I'm trying to just sort of say what they need without trying to be too harsh. The issue with JV is that there's too much. Excuse me, I accidentally hit my mic. There's too much that they need to do compared to what they have done so far, and that sort of leaves the kind of words I can use in a catch-22. I don't want to be too harsh, but I don't want to let them off the hook too easily either. I mean, I'm pretty sure anybody watching this game will understand from the way we've seen these matches pan out. Unfortunately, JV will have to just roll with the punches, take the loss, and move on. Kid Esports 7-2, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be wrapping it up for the night. A good couple of stream matches, I must say. And all in all, a fairly good, fairly smooth night of Rainbow Six Siege. But like I said, it has to come to an end, and it will right now. But worry not, tomorrow we start off with Division 1, the top tier of the region, going live at 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We do hope to see you there, because it's going to be some exciting games starting tomorrow. But that has been it for myself for tonight. Myself, Blackjack, and of course my co-host Babagusta, and I'm Eisen, and we'll be seeing you all tomorrow with Division 1 starting its first week of the final season. Stay tuned, and good night.
We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take